Okay, so I wanted to give an update. This thing's been working really well. I can go down to the car and show it, but basically, this is the model I have. And somebody had asked me about whether PSI or bar. I don't see any way to actually change that. See, look, it even says unit is PSI. So I think mine is PSI, which for US, I don't know for the other countries, but for US is exactly correct. So I don't think there's a way you can flip it back and forth. But obviously, when the one you buy would need to be, I bet you that's what that P stands for, PSI, versus maybe a B, 74B for bar. Okay, so here's the manual. I'll show this too so everybody gets a chance to actually, you can pause it if you want, get to see exactly. It works, it's just bulletproof. It's worked really well. And here it shows you how to go through the setup process, everything that you need to do. It is particular, you do need to go through these steps so it knows exactly how it's supposed to be defined. You just follow those steps. Does a little troubleshooting thing. Initially, I tried to just, install it without going through all the steps, but actually that kind of didn't really work. So I went back, followed the directions, and guess what? Actually, it's quite nice, all things considered. It's not often you get a very nice description here. So this shows you the different scenarios of where it'll go off. Oops, let me position here because it's hard to film and look at this at the same time. And it does work. Like I said, I had the tires changed on my daughter's car, and they forgot to put on, actually, they only put one of the four on. So I had to go back, and the thing alerted me right away, like, hey, something's not right. And I even told the guy ahead of time, I said, hey, don't throw those away or whatever. So if you get them changed, I would just suggest removing them and then get your tires changed. I don't think many of the guys that change the tires are used to anything like this. Usually they're obviously embedded in the wheel mechanism itself. So somebody was asking me about changing the batteries, and here is exactly how you do that. So you unscrew it, you use this tool that it comes with. Got some teeth right here, and you put the sensor like here, and then you've got two of these batteries. You slide out and replace them. But so far, you know how most things like ink, they give you almost no ink. So far, these batteries have been incredibly useful. They keep going and going, so I haven't had to replace anything yet. And it just works every time. And quite nice. So if you don't have a car with all the systems required to do that by default, your older vehicles, typically, I haven't seen them in I think it's like 2006 and up usually have them. But yeah, so hopefully that helps. And as far as the locking mechanism, initially, I mean, you could do that if you really want to lock them in, but for the most part, I mean, I don't know. Nobody really sees them, and nobody's even tried to steal these things at all. So I think I guess it just depends on the situation you're in. But there you go. That's it. And everything's out pretty much because let's see, I got some spare things here. I think that's when I took the ones off the tires that she had, and then I think that's maybe, don't know, I don't need that, and then it came with a spare nut I'm not using, and yeah, it hasn't rusted, it hasn't done anything bad, so there you go. And I think they have a newer one now too. There's even a newer one with like a USB thing on the side, so if you check their website, I did that, it'll give you more details. So there you have it. It is a winner. Worth it. Worth every penny. And that way I can be rest assured that my daughter, if she doesn't realize it, but it has a situation where it goes off, either this tire pressure, temperature is too high or whatever, pressure, it does alert her. All right, that's it. That is the Steelmate right there. Give you all of the directions here. That works really well. All right. Take care, guys. See ya.